How y'all doing? This Chico with He Provides Homestead. It's not spring yet, but it's spring-like. It's not warm, but it's not bad. It's probably just shy of 50 degrees, but this is the first day in weeks that it's not either raining or snowing or 60-mile-an-hour winds or some weird hybrid of all of them. We've had some wild weather. But, you know, when you're having all this funky weather, things tend to get piled up a little bit. We've got compost, which I've talked about before. I'm proud of the compost we make around here. I think it's pretty darn good. But it's kind of gotten out of hand, but the past couple of weeks, I have been shoveling it like in between rainstorms or when the rain is not too awful bad. So I've been shoveling it, but it needs some more attention. And the experiment that we did in this far bin, it didn't pan out well. We were throwing the meat scraps and different things in there, and they're all getting eat up. It didn't get composted at all. So we're just going to take this back and we're going to use the 3-bin method for composting. But the chicken coop, and I'm sure you can hear them, they want out. Sun's shining. They think they deserve out. I'm going to let them out. We've mostly been just free ranging a few hours in the evening. And this is 2 or 3 hours earlier than I usually let them out. But I'm going to be out here doing some work, so I figure they'll be alright. But we've done the whole, let me let them out while we talk here. We've done the whole composting in their coop for the winter. And again, while it's not yet spring, it's pretty close. And I think the benefits of the compost may be past. Yeah, it did take them long to get out. But we've got a pile in here. Let me flip this screen here. I'm trying not to put my hand in your face again. But we've got a pile in here. Straw, hay, food scraps, and it's pretty deep. But it's starting to smell. And they're, although I've been cleaning out up here, I haven't done it through this rain, and it's a little crusty back there. So, and it's time to fill up their water again. So we're going to do some of this stuff, and we're going to do some work on the compost, and I'm going to pull at least a wheelbarrow full of that out of here today and start working it in our compost over here. We'll see what else happens. The weather's not too bad. So what do you think of our compost bins here? I got to do a little more shoveling here, or pitchforking, and we just keep working it back and forth. Let me look at that. That's some good stuff. It is not, I'll be honest, this mixture is not, in my opinion, I'm still a little sick, sorry. In my opinion, this batch here is not as good as the batch we did the year before. It was mostly rabbit manure, wood shavings, and garden scraps. It was amazing. This has a wider variety and a lot of wood chips and leaves in it, but it's still pretty good, and we're still working on it. So we'll be back in a little bit and share with you some of the stuff we got going on. Well, we got all of this one pitchforked out and put over here, except for a little bit that we put down here on the bottom. It had some newspaper, a little bit of cardboard, and some old potted plant roots. So we tore those apart, we put that all in there, and then some loose stuff that was laying on the ground around them, we put that down on the bottom, okay? And we, can you see it? We started pulling the hay out of the chicken coop, the hay and the manure, and we're going to put it in this far bin. to get a good base. And then we'll start mixing in some of this compost with that again. The whole carbon nitrogen mix. We're kind of rednecking it, but we understand the principle. Got a long way. We haven't pulled anything out of the bottom of the coop just yet, but we're going to. So we're going to get started on that. I'm a little out of breath. It doesn't take much. And by the way, my birthday was like 2 or 3 days ago. I'm just trying to grasp onto the whole thing that I'm a year older. So anyway, if you guys like what we're doing, please give us a thumbs up. If you've got any questions, please put them in the comment section below. Or if you've got any advice for us, an easier way, a better way, something I can add that we might have around here, put that in the comment section below. If you've not subscribed, we ask that you do, and if you have, please ring that bell so that you get notifications when we upload a new video. So we'll be back in a little bit and show you the end result. It was much deeper than it appeared, and I know the lighting's not great. It was deep, and then back there it was wet and stinky, and a little bit over here where the water is set. So, but it was deep, and we're about 2/3 done, and I think we've pulled about 6 wheelbarrows out so far. So I just wanted to show you what 2/3 done looks like, and we'll be back. Okay, this is after we pulled out, I think, 7 wheelbarrow loads of stuff, and we've cleaned out the roost as well. It's not exactly done to my liking, but it's still damp in here, so we're going to live in places. So we're going to let it dry out for a day or two. I'm going to throw a little straw down here and let it dry out, and then we'll come back and work on it again in a day or two. And I'm hoping to be done with this heated water just real soon, which will make things a little easier as well. So we'll be back in a minute. I'll throw some, oh, here, let me show you this. That is my nephew's girlfriend, and she drives like she's a fireman. So there's what we done with that. We had this newspaper in the coop that was sitting on top of the block and underneath the water. It was soaked, so we threw it in the bottom here, and I'll put something new in there. I don't think we're going to get any more bone chilling weather, but you never know. And then we've got this over here, and I'll just keep working this stuff back and forth to make good compost. So, and if you've got any suggestions on how to do compost better or easier, let me know. So I don't know that there's a need to come back. I mean, there's a pretty good idea what straw will look like on the bottom of the coop. And I'm just going to put them in some fresh water and fill up their feeder and a few things like that. So, but I wanted to show you how much accumulated on the bottom of the coop just in the winter. I can't remember exactly when we stopped cleaning it out. I think it was somewhere around the 1st of November. So November, December, January, and February. So it's quite a while. It accumulated quite a bit. It was deep. It was a good foot deep at least, and there was a bunch. So I think it's going to do well. We're going to throw in some straw. We're going to let it dry out a little bit. We're going to let the chickens scratch through what's here, because there's still quite a bit of grain in there. And then we'll come and work on it again in a couple days. Guys, we always appreciate you coming along. Thanks for all that you do for us. Godspeed.